Hello punters and welcome to Tab's Inside 50. Now last week Shane Crawford seemed to be the only expert alive tipping against Collingwood. Will he be with or against the Pies in the blockbuster Friday night? Lots of talking points, hopefully lots of winners, so join us as we go Inside 50. G'day punters and welcome to Tab's Inside 50 and what a mouth-watering contest Friday night. Richmond up against Collingwood. Can the Tigers get a little bit of revenge for that prelim?
Yes, they can. They can continue on their winning way. I just think Collingwood, well, they're just not the side that they were in the first half, and the Tigers have got all their experienced players back. They are up and about. They're believing. And as we've been saying for the last few weeks, it's Tiger time, so just keep backing the Tigers to win. You
gave us a really good push for them. It's $17 for the flag, so hopefully a couple of punters got on, and surely...
I didn't.
Mason Cox, he played like, I don't know, maybe Wayne Carey on that prelim. Surely that can never happen again. May have been a fine cotton ring in. We'll move on to the next game, and it's a fascinating one. Close to your heart, your Hawks in action against Brisbane down in Tassie. Who's going to get the 4 points here?
A very good side, the Hawks. Very consistent with the way they set up. And very hard to beat down in Tasmania. I think it's a 3 or 4 goal advantage the way they play the ground. I just think the Lions can win this. I really do, just because they've got some really fast type players. They do go with great speed, and I just think that can be Hawthorn's Achilles heel at times. So I'm picking the Lions to win. Won't be a massive margin. Luke Hodge, Chris Fagan, they know all of Clarko's secrets, so I reckon that's going to have a factor in the match.
I'll call the nurse, we'll get you some Panadol and a soup, and hopefully you feel better.
I don't feel well talking about it, to be honest.
Tipping against your beloved Hawks. Now we move on to bin or win. I love this segment. I throw them at you. It's a win,
yes,
or we'll turf it in the bin.
All right.
The Saints to make it 2-0 under Brett Ratton and beat Melbourne.
Win. Yes, Brett Ratton, he's given him confidence. He's come up with a new way to play with great confidence, but also back yourself in and just go for it. If you make a mistake, who cares? Just get on with it. Don't do it 2 times in a row. I think they can continue on their winning way.
I'm surprised they're an outsider against the D's who have had a dreadful season. Geelong, will they cover the line of 14.5 against the Sydney Swans?
That is a yes too. They will. I think they'll bounce back. They had a lot of shots on goal. They weren't at their very best last week. I think they'll have a good look in the mirror. And Quinny, when you have a good look in the mirror, what happens? You hopefully fix things. So I think they'll bounce back and win well.
That's something I try and avoid. Not very good for the self-esteem. We move on to the final one where 2 wins. Can we make it a clean sweep? The Bont to kick a goal and have 25 or more against Fremantle.
That is a win as well. In good form. I think the Dogs will do very well and he'll sneak forward and kick you the goal.
There we go. Now, this segment has been you've been on fire throughout 2019, finding winning underdogs. What have you got for round 19?
All roads lead to the mighty Saints to go 2 in a row under Brett Ratton. I just think they can really run the D's off their feet. The D's are coming back from Alice Springs. There's a long way to walk, so they might be tired. So I'm tipping the Saints to continue on their winning way.
They have been magnificent so far since Brett Ratton took over, while the D's, unfortunately, it's been a disaster for them. So hopefully St Kilda can make it 2-0 since they changed coaching personnel. Now we move on to the final segment, and this is always a bit of fun. Try and find a player we can snag the first goal with. Haven't set the world on fire here yet, but that's going to change this week.
Friday night, Collingwood and the Tigers. Remember, Darcy Moore's out, so I think that's advantage to Lynch. So I'm picking Tom Lynch to kick the goal. Remember, Revolt's back into that side, so I'll put a bit of focus on him as well. So Lynch might sneak under the radar and kick the first goal. And he's very good value too. So I think Friday night, Tom Lynch is your man.
I'm going to go to the Sunday game between Gold Coast and Essendon. Gold Coast might not kick a goal, so you can basically put a pen through their players. And I'm going to go to big Mitch Brown, an $11 chance to slot the first major. He was fantastic last week in the win over Adelaide, and I reckon he'll kick a bag against Gold Coast and hopefully the first. Let's move on to the final segment, the Sealer. We're kicking with the wind. We're 6 goals up. How do we end the show with a bang?
Well, I don't always end with a multi with my Sealer, but this week I'm going to back myself in because, feel that? I've been hot. All right. It's mild. 1 to 39. I'm picking the Dogs to beat Fremantle. I think they'll just win, get the job done, although Freo, as you know, can shut the game down. Into the Tigers on Friday night. 1 to 39 against the Pies. They will be up and about, and the Pies will be competitive, but 1 to 39. So there you go, $2.10 and $2.15 on the tab odds, and you put them together, you got unbelievable value.
I'm a little bit insecure because your multi comes to $4.52, mine comes to even money. But I do anticipate this will be a winner. West Coast will take care of North at home and then come home with the the Cats knocking off the Swans. I think they'll be too good Sunday. Get back on the winners list and make sure you join us next week on Tabs Inside 50.